Hello, folks. Welcome to the very first video of the UV Laser channel. So, I wanted to take this opportunity to introduce myself, kind of give you an introduction of what the UV Laser channel is going to cover, and give you just a little bit of background. So, about 8 months ago, not quite, I had a pretty serious incident where I broke my back. And before then, I had my own business in laser engraving, laser to leather. I had a really, really good start, and I'd been going for about a year. And I had approached Ocean Laser um, right before I got hurt about purchasing another laser. I I got hurt, and it wound up putting the kibosh on buying a laser at that time. I mean, it put me down for 6 months, guys. Um, Pascal Lui, out of the goodness of his heart and Hoshin Laser, um, you know, they stepped up and supported me while I was down. Um, Donated to my cause at the time, financially helped me a couple of times and stuff. Just, I mean, out of the goodness of their hearts. And so while I was down, Pascal would talk with me and basically kept my outlook in a positive. And during that time, I really got to know more about Ocean and Pascal as far as the company. I know Pascal's not the owner of the company, but through him, um, who they were and their passion about customer service and after sales support. So once I was back on my feet and got back going, um, one of the first things that I did was go back to Pascal and say, I am ready to go ahead and move forward, and I want this UV laser. And once again, they did me a solid, guys. They gave me a really great discount in helping me get started with the UV laser. Um, and, they did all of this without any expectations of anything back. Okay. Other than, somebody saying, hey, these people are great. But I wanted to go further than that. And so I am going to be creating the UV laser channel. And what is the UV laser channel? Well, the UV laser channel is going to talk all about UV. Okay. I searched all over the place, and there's just very, very little resources for anybody trying to get started in UV with the UV laser. So we are going to take this adventure together. Now, I am not going to sit here and tell you that I know everything there is to know about a UV laser, because I don't, but you're going to learn with me. And I may have a little bit of a head start. I hope I do. Uh, I, by all means, welcome any advice, support, or anything else, or saying, hey, knucklehead, you did that wrong. Go ahead, let me know. Um, I'm a human being. I make mistakes. So, for those of you that don't know anything about a UV laser, let me tell you here and now, I love this machine. Laser to leather. Obviously, I love working with organic materials. That was my bread and butter before I got hurt. I did hat patches. I did leather patches of all kinds that you could think of. And it really did a lot to support my business. And when I got this UV laser, the very first thing I did, obviously, was say, man, I got to try this. So I did. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that right there is one pass on the laser using a test grid with no cleanup. Now, for those of you that have worked with leather before on a CO2 machine, then you know that if you do it on a CO2 machine, there is going to be some cleanup, not with a UV laser. I mean, it brought tears to my eyes when I saw the beauty of how well this did. And this was just the first test grid. Um, Beautiful. Another thing, UV laser. Okay, one hit, no cleanup. That's that JDS leatherette. Look at the silver that came out of that. Didn't char it up, didn't mess it up. You can put it on the fiber laser, and if you run it too hot, messes it up. Put it on the CO2, same thing. Came out really well. Now, here's what both a fiber laser nor a CO2 laser does really well with, and that is that top. That's with the UV. The bottom down here, I tried on the fiber laser, and on a MOPA. Didn't work. But that top, just boom, hit it. Now, you saw leather, you saw plastic, you saw leatherette, UV laser, guys, metal. Okay. Now, you could do that on a CO2 machine if you use that spray. You can get a black mark on there, but it's something that can be scraped off eventually. This won't be scraped off. It's permanent. It's a mark. Okay. It's like what you'd do on a fiber laser. Now, folks, I don't know what this material is. I bought it to engrave on the fiber laser. The fiber laser wouldn't touch it. I don't know what it is. It's got some type of coating or something on it that does not react with the fiber laser. I couldn't get it to mark on the fiber laser, but it did so on the UV laser. Stainless. Now, my light does not cooperate very well. There we go. Stainless. Marked it beautiful. One hit, boom. So, the benefit of a UV laser is that for those of you that have come out there, and I've seen all this post, so I kind of post all the time. I want to be able to mark on organic materials of one kind or another. I want to be able to do glass, but I also want to do metal. And, want to be able to play in both worlds, but a fiber laser has a lot of, it can do metals really well. They can engrave metals really well. Don't misunderstand me. It has its own place. A CO2 laser does great too. Okay, I mean the CO2 laser is what got me started. All right, so it has this world, but a UV laser plays in both. Okay, so for those of you that are wanting to be able to play in both worlds, that may be your choice. Is that because it allows you to do both? Now, it will not let you engrave. You cannot engrave metal, okay? It'll let you mark metal and mark it really well, but it will not engrave. As a matter of fact, there is no raised mark at all, nor lower mark on this. Smooth as what it was when it started, okay? In the same way with this one here. So it will mark on metals. It also, like a CO2, work with glass. Unlike a CO2, Instead of microfracturing as a CO2 does, a UV laser actually ablates the glass. So it actually does an etch. Let's see if I can actually. So these were tests, and I'm just trying to figure out the settings. And this is a better example of what you would see. And you'll notice that there is no breakage here, okay? There's no crystals or anything like that. You can literally run this on a UV laser and run your hand across it without worrying about getting pieces of glass in your hand. Um, there is a little bit of a catch on glass, and that is that the focal point on a UV laser is extremely tight. And that means that you can literally engrave on top of glass. You can engrave on the inside of, in the center of the material, or on the back side of the glass, just by getting too close in your focus or too far out on your focus. So, focal point is very important with the UV laser. So the UV laser channel is going to focus on all of that material. Okay, we're going to go through different materials and try it out. Now, for those of you that have material requests, there's going to be a link that you can take and click on, fill out a little form, and request, whatever material you want me to try. There'll also be an address where you can send me material, little test pieces or whatever. Now, you don't need to send me no great big box, but if you want me to run some different samples and tests and try to get it right, then send me enough to do so, because I like running test grids. That's how it works. Okay, so, and I will show it on my channel. And if you let me know your Facebook link or whatever, I'll tag you, and that way to where you get a notice or send you an email and say, hey, it's going to be on this channel or whatever. So there will also be, what else will there be? As you notice, folks, I'm not a YouTube spokesman here. Okay, you're going to have to pardon me. You're also going to notice that this is a fairly new shop to me. It is only a couple of months old, and I basically bought it timber framed. And so I'm going in and installing insulation and everything in here. So kind of pardon a little bit of the building mess. Let's see. Folks, if you are looking to buy a UV laser, let me tell you some things about Pascal and Hoshin laser. First, if you purchase a UV or CO2 Galvo from Pascal, you're going to get 2 hours of one-on-one video coaching from a native English speaking coach here in the United States. You can take the opportunity to learn about the laser you've got, getting the laser set up, running and fine-tuning the settings, setting up your rotary, getting the lenses set up for the particular machine, artwork, burning materials, parameters, everything. This individual is experienced with Lightburn, EasyCAD 2, 3, graphics, fiber lasers, UVs, CO2, Galvo, the gantries, and everything. So it's a very knowledgeable individual. You're going to get 2 hours free video coaching. Now, I don't know if you're very familiar with the industrial world. I am. I've been in it. And I can tell you right now that most companies out there that offers this kind of coaching, one-on-one coaching and support, charges hundreds of dollars per hour. Okay. One company I was with was literally pay $1,000 an hour for the video coaching and getting set up just in software. So, this is a huge opportunity to, have an individual that's basically going to come in your home on a video chat and help you get set up. The machine itself, the one that I have, is a $6,500 machine. All right, it's a 5-watt JPT with a 150 by 150 lens and the rotary tool. Now, Pascal has said that if you let him know that you heard from me, that you're coming to him, and just tell him, Willie with Laser to Leather, he will get you a discount on your purchase and really get you started. Okay. Yeah, it helps me, but it's going to help you also. So make sure if you chat with him to let him know that you heard about him from me, and I'm sure he's going to get you a really good deal. I know the price includes the air shipping, which took about 10 days. So from the day that they created it up and sent it to me, it took 10 days to reach my door. And I never have to worry about customs or some other nasty surprise. If you've dealt with overseas companies before and made purchases, and then the next thing you know, you get a notice from customs saying you owe this much money for them to release it, you're not going to have to worry about that. The price that Pascal gives you is the price that you're going to pay for getting it paid and shipped to your door. And so you won't have to worry about unforeseen costs coming up. Okay, so I think we've covered everything. Once again, I want to thank you for watching the UV Laser channel. There will be a lot more to come. On the next channel, we're actually going to talk about running test grids. I'm going to show you a little bit about, actually before the test grids, I'm going to show you the parameters and what they mean, because they can be a little confusing. But it's too long to describe on this part of the channel on this video, because I'm going to try to keep my videos under the 20-minute mark, and I'm getting close to that now. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next time. This is Willie with the UV Laser Channel.